Go.
All right. Hello to everyone out there. Welcome to the first video with all three of us, Threes on Fire podcast. You see everybody here in the on your screen. You see me, you see Sadell, you see John. Fellas, first of all, let's get this thing started talking about Summer Olympics, which just wrapped up today. The USA men's and women's basketball teams bringing home the gold today in the women's gold medal game. The United States team outlasted France 67-66. A whole big conversation got avoided by them winning this gold medal because you can guarantee if France had won this game, the Caitlin Clark fandom would have come out screaming that she should have been on this team. This was their 8th straight gold medal, which is not surprising. The women have been more dominant in recent history when it comes to the Olympics. I don't really have much to say about this. I don't. I mean, you kind of expect that our women's teams are going to win the gold medal every year. It's been that way. You're talking, what's that?
What's that?
Decades of dominance.
Yeah, 32 straight years.
That's 32 years of dominance.
Yeah.
So if
the only thing was it was a lot closer than expected.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough at times, and we'll talk about the men's game as well because I actually did watch pretty much the entirety of that game. Didn't get a chance to catch it, caught the highlights, but yeah, it was getting crazy there for a minute. There was some concern that they were going to fold and lose that game, but they held on and won 67-66. But let's talk about that men's game. And let's be honest for a second when it comes to talking about Team USA basketball. I know a lot of people talk about the 92 Dream Team whenever we discuss Olympic basketball because that was clearly and easily the most dominant team we've ever seen in any sport. They went out there, they rolled the ball out, and before tip-off even happened, they were already up by 30.
Yep.
Okay?
True.
But it's a different game now. It's a much different game now. You know, we have far more international players in the league. The international teams are getting better, but you still expect Team USA to win these games, and they had a scare in the prelims against South Sudan. And the conversation about them was maybe we're not the most dominant team in the world anymore. Maybe someone else is going to step up and Serbia. Serbia was expected to be that team. And first of all, let me make this clear. This was purely coincidental today. All right. This is a coincidence. All right.
Coincidentally, he played well in that last game, but
I don't know. Listen, I don't know what it is about going up against Jokic, but whenever Embiid has to play Jokic, like he elevates his game to a point where, as a Sixers fan or even as an NBA fan, you say, why doesn't this guy do this more often?
Correct.
And he was out there like it's almost like he wants to prove he's better than Jokic. Yeah, he takes it personal.
Yeah.
He's trying to prove something. But
he's trying
this go ahead, John.
Embiid's trying to point out that he's the most dominant center in this generation is what he's trying to prove because everybody keeps on talking Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem is with Embiid is his health issues.
Yeah, and I don't know if this helps that, if this hurts that. I don't know if we're going to see a hungrier Joel Embiid this season. I don't know if he's going to continue to be that same guy who has those moments and then gets hurt again. I don't know. But what I will say about Team USA in this game and overall in the entire Olympic tournament, how about having to rely on the older players on this roster? I would have thought the younger guys were going to show up and show out, but it was Durant, LeBron, and Steph
LeBron and
Curry.
Curry. Like,
I
I was
mean,
baffled.
and this could very well be
And
their last Olympic run.
not only that, I mean, they really carried them down the stretches of these games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know Ant-Man always tries to show out. I mean, and I guess, some about the way the games were, he couldn't always have his best performance. He was at least, him and Booker were the only ones that I seen that was like, that's, in their prime young players that's just really out there giving it to the other teams. The rest of the dudes is like really hit or miss. You know what? Let me scratch that. Bam showed me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Bam Adebayo, he showed me a lot.
Oh yeah. Bam played well. In the minutes that he got, Bam played his ass off. Yeah. But Steph, what we saw in that gold medal game was vintage Steph. Steph got hot, and I know we talked. If you go back to our chat log, I was saying they were taking way too many threes. Team USA got three happy way too often, whether it was Steph taking too many bad threes, Edwards taking too many bad threes, Durant taking too many bad threes. It just seemed like they were content to get a three-pointer, whether it went in or not. And that led to some dicey moments against France because France ended up taking the lead. And it was one of those things where France is essentially the home team here because we're in Paris. And you wonder, like, is that going to start the momentum going in the other way? And LeBron got posterized, and that energized both the fans and that team. And Steph said, absolutely not. I'm not going to allow this to happen. Steph did a Steph thing and just, once Steph is on fire, it's over. You have no chance. You're not going to win because you can't go 3 for 3 with this guy. They tried to. When Wembanyama came down and hit a three, another guy from their team, I can't remember his name on the top of my head, he came down and hit a three. But you play that game with Steph, it's a losing proposition. Team USA winning 98-87. They haven't lost in the gold medal game since 2004. My question to you guys is this. Was 2004 an anomaly, and are we going to continue to see the best American players win in the Olympics, or is there somebody out there that come 2028 in Los Angeles, which I'm telling you right now, that is more pressure on the American team because you cannot lose the gold medal on home turf.
Not on
Is there anybody out there come 2028 that you guys think that you saw with those younger players, especially Wembanyama? Wembanyama is, 4 years from now is not going to be like that long.
This is what I'm telling people.
He'll be entering the prime.
Yeah, it'll be France and Serbia probably again. Probably Team Canada.
Yeah.
You said, do I see anybody from Team USA?
Do you see anybody from any team from another country stepping up to beat Team USA?
Oh, well, you said the obvious one, Wemby, but you got to think about the way the draft went this year.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the first players in the draft this year were both French.
Yeah,
Alexandre Sarr and Ricochet.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 years from now, they're going to be in the mix of, hopefully they develop into where their draft position is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we talked about a tall team. Wemby, Sarr, both 7-footers. Ricochet, 6'9".
Mm-hmm.
Koulibaly's in the league. Like,
that's a lot of length.
Yeah.
A lot of tall dudes with a lot of skills too. They're not just big bruiser dudes too. All of these dudes got skills and athleticism. It's gonna be a problem.
And that makes me wonder because I'm looking at the current Team USA roster, and the three guys that carried them in this tournament, the likelihood of them playing in 4 years is slim to none. Now the next question that I was going to ask that you kind
Okay.
of alluded to was,
Yeah. Now we
who
get
are
there.
the next who are the next guys for Team USA that are going to step up? Embiid's going to be 4 years older. I don't know if his health is going to carry him to another Olympics at that point. I'm not
Can I
sure.
get
It's
time out real quick
possible.
on Embiid?
Sure. Go ahead.
Embiid shouldn't even be on our team, man.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. Yeah, he is. He belongs with Team USA.
Nah, man.
Well,
I don't.
Somebody else.
What you mean?
And B said he's going back.
He got. I don't like them the players. I mean, I get it. You could get what's it called, naturalized in and get your citizenship and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't really bang with that aspect, man.
Olajuwon did it.
I mean, I ain't like that either.
Olajuwon did it. I mean, what?
I think you should really only play for where you was born.
I mean, yeah, but you understand that it happens. You can play where you
I
were
understand
born.
it happens.
I think the rules are you can play where you were born, or you can play wherever you hold citizenship.
Yeah,
I think that's fine. That's fine.
He holds 3. I think Embiid holds 3 citizenships.
Yep. Here, Cameroon, and France. And speaking of,
like
they hated him over there. Every time he touched the ball, he was getting booed.
Yeah.
So case in point, let's say he had chose France. Would we have won?
Not at all.
Exactly, stuff like that.
Not at all.
But I'm glad he was on our side and we won, because I mean, shit, it's America. I want us to win. But in 4 years, ain't no way I could see him be going back and playing again in 4 years.
I don't either.
Not him, not Anthony Davis. Bam might be it.
I could have said he's going back to play for the other country that he was.
Nah, he's not gonna. He's not. I don't care what country we talking about. I don't see him be playing in the Olympics in 2028. I don't see it.
Nah.
I don't see it. And then the question also now is, who's the American big man now? Who's going to be the big man? Now we've got time. Well, who's it going to be?
I'm thinking Chet.
Yeah, I heard his name brought up being on the roster in 2028. Oh, also Drew Holiday won't be around in 4 years either. I don't think so either.
No.
Oh no. Mm-hmm. How old is Drew? Drew's like what, 34, 35?
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Yeah,
like, he's been around for a while.
Yeah, he ain't playing.
Two more things as far as the Olympics are concerned. The United States, way out in front of everybody in the total medal count, 126 medals total, tied with China in 40 gold medals. Sha'Carri Richardson getting a lot of crap for knowing she was winning and turning and looking at the other runners, and I don't understand the controversy over that. I think it's just her. I don't want to touch this. Go ahead.
That's something that track runners do, man.
I know.
It's part of being a speedster, man. Like people have done that all throughout the history. So what's the problem?
I wouldn't know. I wasn't that fast.
But I'm saying every year we see somebody do that. Well, every Olympics we see somebody do that.
Right.
In fact,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
What was the girl in the distance running? What was she from? Like Romania or something? The white girl.
You mean
man, I cannot remember her name to save my life, but
right.
It was the distance running, and you got the people that think oh man, I'm about to win. Here she comes.
The one that slowed down? Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I can't remember her name either. That was hilarious.
Hawked her down. The girl looked over to the side, was like about to gloat, and here she come, boom, 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 and she looking at her like, yeah.
I got it.
Yep.
So I mean, when you run track, that's what you do. It's part of the swag.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Hold on, I got too much. What is this? I got too much bullshit on my damn tab. All right, here we go.
look back. You just keep going. You just out.
Yeah. Yeah. One quick thing, and I should have mentioned this when we talked about the women's team. That was Diana Taurasi's 6th gold medal. So she's been on 6 of those 8 gold medal winning teams. That's crazy. And here's the thing. I don't want to, like, we got to talk about it. I don't really want to, like, get into it deeply. But what is her name? Imani Khalif, the boxer from Algeria, winning gold in women's boxing, and she's got she's gonna have some pending lawsuits. Okay, and I don't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole, but what I will say is this: if she comes out and proves that she is in fact 100% female, and all of those transgender allegations that got levied against her, and that's a harmful thing to say about somebody, yo. It is, especially if it's not true. When you start lobbying things at a person, and especially when it can be damaging to their life in a country that does not tolerate things like that.
Not at all.
You know, this is somebody that could go home and get killed behind those types of allegations and rumors. And I get it, you know, she has a strong face, you know, but that doesn't make that doesn't make her a man. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't make her a man. I get it. Right. I understand everything. I certainly don't want to get into no political aspect of it. But
we're not gonna go there. But you know what? It was funny. Did you see the meme?
Y'all need to cool out, though.
Did you see the meme where it said, "Imagine getting hit so hard by a punch that you say, nah, that gotta be a man."
Yeah, and old girl, like, and the thing is, to my understanding, it's not like Khalif was this like dominant fighter. In fact, she was going around getting her ass whooped on the regular. She just so happened to get into this tournament and had like a good run, but she didn't even have a winning record. So it's not like we were talking about somebody who was just storming through all the competition where it was like, oh yeah, no, this ain't right. She was getting beat up. And now she wins one fight. The fighter quits after getting punched, I think it was like maybe 2 times, and said, yeah, I'm done. And now it's like, oh, she was fighting a man. Yo, if you don't know, don't assume. Don't start, and I mean that with anything. If you're not sure, don't start putting labels on people. I am interested to see how far this goes, because the echo chamber on social media is still fueling these rumors that, you know, this was a man amongst women. So, and if she's a woman, I hope she gets every penny that she deserves for everybody that could possibly ruin her life.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we got on the Olympics. I will say one quick thing about baseball. The Phillies right now, in a funk, just in an absolute funk right now, and they're catching a big break because the Braves and that other team aren't able to catch them. They padded their lead well enough that even with the Phillies going through this little, you know, bout of really bad baseball, they haven't been caught. And we can't get into September still playing like this.
No,
we can't.
No, they gotta turn around before then.
Yeah.
The road trip is almost over. They had some doozies. The positive thing is they took the series from the Dodgers.
Yes.
They beat the Dodgers in the season series 5-1. Yeah. So if there was ever a possibility of any conversation of a tiebreaker between them, They took care of their business against LA. And that's like the lone good thing that came out of this road trip that they've been on, because it's the only series that they've won. And they're about to lose this series against Arizona. And if there was one of these road series that you figured they would take, this would be the one, because you got revenge on your mind. You remember what happened last year in October. This is the team that put you out. You wanted to beat them and reestablish some type of dominance, and that ain't happening. That ain't happening right now. They got beat 11-1 yesterday. They're trying to mount some type of comeback now. It's the bottom of the seventh, and they're down 9-5. I got nothing. I have absolutely nothing on what the Phillies are going through right now. Maybe this day off coming up, and then a couple home games to turn everything around. But yeah,
some will break the funk, man.
Yeah,
this is not good.
A full week off.
All right. Well,
wait. Let me backtrack just a little bit. Is how we not gonna talk about Simone Biles?
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, let's talk about Simone Biles. Is she possibly the greatest female American Olympian? I mean, I don't know who you could put up there. Maybe I think Katie Ledecky might be in that conversation.
Yeah, because she was killing it too.
That's about it. Like, Katie Ledecky is the only person I can think of off the top of my head in terms of American female Olympians that were dominant in what they do. But yeah, how about Simone Biles?
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? She got hurt right before they really started the real competitions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then she still managed to. What'd you think?
And oh no. And speaking of, I should have touched on that the controversy right now with gymnast Jordan Childs having to give back her bronze medal.
Oh, yeah, because the USA coach disputed, and then the other team turned around. They disputed after the fact. Like, we got a double dispute.
Look, all I'm saying is, if it was me, I'd take that shit and put it in the vault. No, I won. You want to give such and such a bronze? Give them another bronze. You ain't getting this one. Yep, you're not getting this one. And I don't understand that ruling. I don't understand the ruling. The coach to ask for an appeal. They did, and they overturned it.
Yeah,
they overturned it and said no, reset the score back to what it was. So,
I mean, I guess everybody get a chance to appeal.
Yeah, well, you can take that appeal and understand I'm not giving this back. Thank you very much. I'm gonna put it in an undisclosed location and new number. Who this?
Sending it to Switzerland.
Go find it.
Yep.
Go find it yourself.
Well, yeah. If you can find it, you can have it. Yeah. And if you can't, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Well, listen, the main reason that we are on today is to talk about this upcoming NFL season. We're going to highlight the AFC first. First of all, before we get into that, preseason has started. Guys, quick question about the new kickoff rule. Like it? Don't like it? What's up?
All right. Where my hand at?
Okay, so I guess I
don't like it.
I guess
you're the only person who's seen it live and on the field, unless John went down there. You been down there, John?
I saw it on TV, and
but I'm saying seeing it in person on the field. How it look on the field, Irv?
Okay, so it just looks weird.
Yeah.
No, it looks weird. It looks weird, and it's like,
and the guys
the guys can't move until the ball is caught.
Yeah.
I listen, I guess we're all like either in the mode where we don't like it or it's just It's just to me. It's not going to make a difference. You're still going to have kickers that are going to boom touchbacks. Then they got this thing called the landing zone. Like,
Yeah.
For as innovative as we think the NFL is, they certainly like stealing ideas from other leagues.
They do.
You understand? Like they didn't have a 2-point conversion. The USFL did. Now you got this kickoff rule that the UFL did or the XFL did. And even when you watch games, that sky camera, that was an XFL thing. And we think, like I said, we think of the NFL as being so innovative. They snatch so many ideas from other places.
You know what they haven't?
It's not going to matter, though. It's not going to matter.
Oh, you know what they haven't snatched yet?
What's that?
No ties.
In the regular season?
Yeah, they need to start doing that.
Yeah, I don't like ties either. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the overtime rule is okay. I think it's okay.
It's pretty good.
I like now, I like the differential between the regular season and the playoffs. Right. So in the regular season, a touchdown, the game is over. If the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown, the game is over.
Right.
In the playoffs, just because you scored a touchdown, the game is not over. The other team gets one opportunity to possess the ball and go down and score. And I got to admit, before we even get into talking about this season, last season, that Super Bowl game was, wow. that was a better overtime than the Patriots and Falcons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. But I want to say one thing about that though. I don't like the fact that even if the time ran out, you could still continue. I think you gotta do it within the time frame.
Nah, I don't like that.
The Chiefs let the time run out and then still went on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's fine. I guess you treat it like that. You treat it like the third quarter.
No, I don't like that.
No?
I think you guys score it within the time frame.
Yeah, I mean, I'm either way on that. It doesn't matter to me.
What's the point of having the time run out if you could run it out anyways?
Yeah.
Once that first team scored, then it shouldn't be no timer clock. It should just be the clock for the snap.
No, personally, I don't think there should. If that's the way the rule is going to be, then I don't think it shouldn't be timed anyway. It shouldn't be timed. The only time you should have an overtime if the rule is the other team can possess the ball and you're going to treat it almost like the third quarter, then what you should do is take the play clock off. Let the game clock run, but turn the play clock off and just play it out. If that's what you're going to do, there shouldn't be any time on the clock. Just nullify the clock and just have the possessions be what they're going to be. This team goes down, they score, fine. Now, I don't know. And again, it doesn't matter how long you possess the ball for, because if you go down and score, no matter what, the other team gets the possession anyway. So it doesn't matter. Just turn the clock off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have looked at a little bit of preseason football. I watched like the first quarter and a half of the Eagles-Ravens game. And let me just state for the record, a piece of dumbass of the week is going to the Ravens. It's a preseason game. Take the tie. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just take the tie. And you put a cold quarterback in the game. That was his first snap of the whole game, right? Just take a knee and let's get the hell out of here. Yeah. We don't need to do anything else. And of course, what happens? He gets strip sacked, and then the Eagles get another kick, and Jake Elliott hits the field goal to win the game. Listen, I know if this was a regular season game, that wouldn't have happened. I know. We all know if it was a regular season game, you kneel down, you go to overtime.
Yeah.
But my biggest concern is I hope that's not going to be a bad trend for Jake Elliott missing them long field goals because he's usually automatic.
Yeah.
He's usually automatic, and he doinked that one. But
Jake from General.
Let me talk about Kenny Pickett for a second. Just a brief second. Kenny Pickett was checked down Charlie all game.
Yeah.
He threw 4 passes that went further than 10 yards. 4. If something happens to Jalen Hurts, we are screwed. This dude is bad. Like he's not good at all. Like he shouldn't be.
Small hands.
Tanner McKee should be the backup. That's it. I'm sorry. Tanner McKee should be the
what's
backup.
the problem? Is he scared to let it go, or is his arm just not strong?
No, his hands are small.
His hands are small.
well, we know he has the baby hands.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. And it's like, I like to watch how quarterbacks, especially in the preseason, how different quarterbacks make their progressions on their reads. And he was rolling out, getting outside the pocket, and he's not even looking downfield. The guy right in front of him, here, you take it. That's it. It was almost like he was keying.
Scary then.
He was keying on the safety guy every time. Yeah. Every rollout pass went to the safety valve receiver. Like, dude, throw the ball. It's a preseason game. Throw the ball. Like, we're not going to get mad if you throw a pick. Well, I mean, unless you throw like 6 of them, Jones. But I'm not going to get mad if you throw a pick in the preseason. It's the preseason. This is the time that you try to get better. And, oh, boy, please, next week or, this weekend coming, he can't play like that again.
No.
He can't.
No, he really has to test what he can do out there.
Yep.
I do like Johnny.
All right. You like who?
Johnny Wilson.
Oh, that's a big son bitch, man.
No,
that's a big son bitch. Like, he's got to be one of the tallest receivers in the league, right?
6'7" or something. He's
15.
Oh yeah. If he that tall, for sure. He probably the tallest. He probably the tallest receiver.
Him and Shipley were killing it.
Yeah, I think Will Shipley's gonna make this roster. How much Shipley
weigh?
Who we talking about? Johnny Wilson?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get his
wide receiver. Right? He better beat
if he's 6'7", well, he probably weigh about 230, 240.
15.
Johnny Will, how much he weigh?
I think 215 it said.
Hold on a second. No, that's not it.
I think it said 215.
Here we go. Johnny Wilson, the football player. Here we go. Y'all was giving me somebody else. Johnny Wilson is 6'6", 228.
Okay. Oh. He looked about 6'7".
Yeah. 6'6", 6'7". I mean,
you said what? 228?
Yeah.
228.
Yeah, so I said 230. All right.
Yeah, that's close enough.
He put on 10 pounds. He a tight end.
He should be.
No, let's not put on 10 pounds. Let's not have a Kelvin Benjamin situation on our hands where this dude all of a sudden is ballooning up. No, please, God, no, don't let that happen.
Really?
And no, that's not a shot at y'all, man. That's not a shot at y'all. That's not a shot at y'all. That's a shot at him, not y'all. Him.
Come on, man.
Y'all have nothing to do with that. Y'all ain't have nothing to do with that. What my man say? He said he was a Popeyes biscuit away. So now I can't take no shots at y'all anymore, man. I took all my shots at y'all last year. I'm not taking shots at y'all this year.
Yes, you know you're going to because we play y'all.
No, I can't. Yeah, when we play y'all, that's something different. Then I got a reason to take shots. I don't have no reasons to take shots. I mean, I could right now, but I'm not. I'm gonna be above that because
You just did though. You just
I did. That was a shot at Kelvin Benjamin, not the Panthers. It wasn't a shot at the Panthers. It was not a shot at the Panthers. All right. Not this time. Not this time. I got some lined up for y'all when the season starts. But right now,
wait
it's
till
the preseason. It's the preseason, man.
Wait till we play.
Man, it is the preseason. When we get the Panthers week, then I'm gonna go ahead and talk my shit. But right now, I'm leaving y'all alone. I'm leaving y'all alone. Don't make me start now. I can go on a nice little 2-minute, thing.
We're supposed to be talking about the AFC, man. Let's talk about the AFC.
All right, cool. Let's talk about the AFC, and let's start in the AFC East. We're gonna go in the order that they finished last season, and we'll start with the Buffalo Bills, who went 11-6, losing in the divisional round to the Chiefs. So they just can't beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, huh?
No.
No matter how good they are, no matter how good that team gets, no matter how good of a season Josh Allen has, they cannot beat the Chiefs in the playoffs. Nope. It's just one of them things. Death, taxes, lose to the Chiefs. I was trying to find their biggest free agent pickup, and all I got was Curtis Samuel, wide receiver Curtis Samuel. And they had to get another wide receiver because their biggest loss in the offseason was Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
They lost both. They lost game.
Why? Explain that to me. Why?
Beats me.
Don't make
it makes zero sense. And I know he's not all the way up there, so I'm not trying to put him in that category, but just in what he was to that team, this is like the Vikings saying, all right, Justin Jefferson, we good.
Yeah, man, we don't need you.
What are you doing? All right, and looking at their toughest 3-game stretch, will happen between week 3 and 5. They get the Jaguars at home on Monday Night Football, and then they're on the road back-to-back weeks, starting with at the Ravens in week 4 on Sunday Night Football, and then at the Texans. So my question to you guys is this.
Ironically, Stephon Diggs plays for the Texans now.
And he's a Texan now. Yep. And he's a Texan now. Where is the arrow pointing for the Bills? Is it pointing up? Is it pointing down? Or are they flatline?
They're flatline.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, Sadal. I think the arrow's pointing down. It's not a good offseason. It's not. And Curtis Samuel is okay, but he's a downgrade from Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
He's a downgrade from Gabe Davis.
Yeah. And we've seen enough Curtis Samuel because he was in the NFC East. I don't get it. I don't know what the Bills are doing
because he was on my team.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Let me see something.
I'll tell you what about Curtis. He about to kill for somebody's fantasy team. Yeah. He gonna catch a lot of them short, dumpy passes.
Yep.
Now they did completely change the wide receiver room. They also picked up Chase Claypool, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and Eagles legend Mac Hollins.
No.
Yeah.
Downgrade.
All right.
You said that was a wide receiver, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to try out.
Yeah. Listen, man. Go ahead and get up there, man. Go ahead and get up there.
Try out.
All right, man. What's your 40 time? Yo, what's your 40 time though, man? Because if your 40 time ain't good enough.
I took a devastating L about a week ago.
Oh no. What you do, man?
Man, I took on this boy at work in a race, man. This boy fast. You know what? I'm gonna call him up too. We both gonna try out for that team though, because he beat me, but I was in it for a minute.
Let me give you some sound advice, okay? As the middle person here, as far as age is concerned in this little thing right here that we on, because John is older than me. Once you hit 40, all that racing shit is over. Let that go.
Come on, man.
ain't no racing no more, man. Because
I'm
now,
too competitive to stop.
now listen. I want you to understand. Now, I'm gonna tell on myself. You guys know I coach football.
Yeah.
And I coached the offensive line, and I ran with my offensive lineman. My legs were done for a week. Okay, a week. I'm not running unless it's absolutely necessary anymore. I'm not doing it. I can't. No, I mess around and tear an ACL, MCL, LCL, PCL, CDL, ABCD, XYZ. I'm not running for nothing no more, okay? Those days are over. Now, I'll still play basketball, but I ain't running for nobody.
So no full court games, though.
No.
Oh, no, I can run a full court game.
Yeah.
I'm not, see, that's a short distance. I'm talking about trying to sprint somewhere.
What you gonna do on a fast break?
No, that's a short distance. That's a short distance. A basketball court ain't but what? How many feet?
94.
94 feet? Okay. 94 feet
And
is
probably not
what?
even that on the playground.
30? That's like 30 yards, right?
Yeah.
That's like 30 yards.
It's 31 yards in a third.
All right. You're not running an entire 30 yards down the court, right? At best, you might run half of that on a fast break. Oh, I can do a little short run, but if you're talking about I got to go from here to
how many short runs can you do back and forth though?
I can.
I'm not.
Plus jumping.
Listen, man. I can give you a little bit. All right. I got now John. You know when we were younger, we could be on the court from 3:30 to 8 o'clock, right?
Yep.
5 days a week, right?
5 days a week.
Now you can get me on the court from 3:30 to 5:30, 2 days a week. That's it. I'm done. I'm not, and I make sure I got my knee brace whenever I go play because I am not messing my legs up for nobody.
All right, let me roll it back in there because I started talking junk. But back to the AFC, where we at? The East?
All right, no, yeah, we're on the Dolphins now, and last year the Dolphins went 11-6 as well. They also lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs. They lost in the wild card in one of the coldest games in NFL history.
Dolphins didn't lose to the Chiefs; they lost to the weather. They can't win in any. They can't win in any game under like 45 degrees. So
first of all, and the weather for that game was anybody that went to that game. Congratulations, you're a dummy because that was too cold. That was I'm not leaving this house cold.
Yeah, man.
I mean, if you was a Chiefs fan, you might have felt nice and toasty.
Listen. Speaking from
because you were drunk.
Exactly.
Hey, listen. Speaking from a Hawaii standpoint, Tua had no. Hawaiians.
Yo, what'd you say? Yo, your mic is going in and out, John.
You're going in and out, John.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Hawaiians have no business in that kind of weather.
Oh yeah, Tua.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. So John, I'm just asking you, right? I'm asking you, what's that temperature hit that you like? Yeah, no, to hell with this.
Well, since I've been in PA for Lord knows how many years, like 3/4 of my life, like I'm used to cold weather. But as soon as it hits about 20 with a wind chill of like -10,
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you the dude that still walk around in your shorts in the wintertime. Yo, you a wild boy, John. You wild as hell for that.
That's real wild. That's real wild.
Well, and Irv,
what's up?
Still do that.
You do it.
I know I do it.
You wild, you wild, man. Hoodie and some shorts, and it's 30 degrees outside. Yeah, you crazy, dog. Looking at the Dolphins' big pickup. I mean, they made a couple of okay signings. Jonnu Smith, Jack Driscoll. Odell Beckham is on his last year, so I don't really think I don't know how much he's gonna have to give. They lost Andrew Van Ginkel,
Yep.
Christian Wilkins. Those are the two biggest losses that they had. Their toughest 3-game stretch comes in weeks 15 to 17. They're at the Texans, home against the 49ers, and at the Browns. John, my question to you about the Dolphins, will they jump the Bills this year?
They the Bills this year because the Bills have downgraded. Allen has nobody to throw to. Tua's still got his weapons. So,
and how about Tyreek Hill being named the top player in the league in the 100 list that came out? That was surprising to me because you don't normally see a wide receiver in the top spot. It's usually a quarterback or a defensive player. That's the Dolphins have weapons galore on offense.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Like,
but their defense, losing Van Ginkel is going to be a problem.
Right. So can they sustain and score more points than the teams they're playing against is the big question for them. Mm-hmm. But they should do better than the Bills.
All right, let's move on to why do we have to? Let's move on to the Jets. The Jets went 7-10 last year.
Whoa! You wasn't supposed to say that. They got to be that team from that team from New York. I thought you vowed to never say their name.
No, it's the other team's name I won't say. That team that play in Flushing, I'll never say their name. The Jets
I thought they was different. Included. I thought this was an inclusive thing.
I'm
Jets.
I stall the Jets out a little bit. That other team, no, them orange and blue wearing bastards, I will never say their name on this show. Ever.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. They went 7-10 last year, which is kind of amazing considering Aaron Rodgers' season lasted 3 plays before he tore his Achilles and was done. I do want to get this out. I saw like ESPN that did their quarterback rankings and Rodgers was in the top 10. How? How? He played 3 snaps last year. This is all reputation. All reputation.
He should be.
He should not be on the top 10 list this year. Normally, I would have came on here and said that their biggest pickup was getting Hassan Reddick from the Eagles, but he ain't showed up. So I guess I guess now their biggest pickup is tackle Tyron Smith, and that can't be good for Dallas. That can't be good for Dallas. On the flip side, their biggest loss was Bryce Huff coming to Philly. Their toughest 3-game stretch comes in weeks 13 to 15. They get the Seahawks at home, they're at the Dolphins, and they're at the Jaguars. Sadell, does Aaron Rodgers make the Jets a playoff team this year, or is it still a 2-dog race between the Dolphins and the Bills?
It's a 2-dog race between the Dolphins and the Jets. I think the Bills are squarely out of it.
Oh.
I mean, and Rodgers, unless he freakishly gets hurt again.
Who's their backup this year?
Their backup quarterback?
Yeah, who's the Jets backup this year?
Does it matter?
It's like last year. Does it matter?
Does it matter? Does it matter? I don't think it matters.
If Rodgers goes down, I'll be, I wouldn't be surprised they call up Flacco. So,
right.
But I think the Jets, their defense. First of all, their defense is the reason why they were 7-10 with that trash quarterback room that they had after Rodgers went down. So all Rodgers has to do really is stay upright, and they should win the division. But the Dolphins, the Dolphins gonna make it tough because I think the Dolphins are probably gonna try to. Well, ain't no try. They got to jump out the gate early and make the Jets have to keep fighting for them to the end of the season, where the Dolphins typically fall off.
The Jets' backup quarterback is Tyrod Taylor.
That's an upgrade.
That's an upgrade. Yeah, it's definitely an
the
upgrade.
quarterbacks they had last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor,
So
he's a quality backup. This should be okay
They'll
if
be all
something
right
happens.
regardless then.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, and if all else fails, just hand the ball to Breece Hall all game. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Finally, the New England Patriots went 4-13 last year. It was Bill Belichick's final season. Jared Mayo is the new head coach. I have Belichick as the biggest loss for the Patriots. It was time to go. It was done. I mean, it happens. You see the tail end of any good run, and it's always ugly. It's always ugly. You've never seen a run and like up here somewhere. It always comes crashing down. Came crashing down for the Patriots, and Belichick is to blame for most of that. Those are his guys. He was the general manager. Those are the guys that he brought in. Mac Jones was a 5-star disaster. He's gone now. Their biggest pickup was running back Antonio Gibson. I don't know how much that's going to help. It should make the offense a little bit better, but going to be
somebody to check it down to on a dump off pass.
Going to be some tough times.
Stevenson a break.
Going to be some tough times for them.
I think the Pats are
now
on the barrel.
Now, I did every team's toughest 3-game stretch. The Patriots have a tough 5-game stretch. And this is a doozy. This is a damn doozy. They get the Jets on the road on Thursday Night Football.
Okay.
They're at the 49ers.
Oof.
They get back-to-back home games, first against the Dolphins, then against the Texans, and their reward after those 4 games, they go against Jacksonville in London.
What the? Man.
Somebody don't like the Patriots because that's bad. That is bad. You're talking about a cross-country trip,
that's
home games in back-to-back weeks against playoff teams, and then you go to London.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fellas, I'm going to pose this to both of y'all. They won 4 games last year. Can they win 5 this year? I'm
going to take the under. I'm going to take the under.
They might
win.
They might win 5. Maybe.
2.
2? Oh, you got the Patriots with the first pick in the draft, huh?
They might win 5 games.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the AFC North. We have the Ravens last year. They went 13-4. They were the best team in the AFC, and it didn't matter because they lost in the AFC Championship game to the Chiefs. Their biggest pickup was running back Derrick Henry. The biggest loss, the entire running back room is gone.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Dalvin Cook, Melvin Gordon. See it. Their toughest 3-game stretch comes in weeks 3, 4, 5. They're at the Cowboys, at home against the Bills, and at the Bengals.
My bad. Didn't they also lose Queen?
Oh,
they did. They did. They lost Patrick Queen. They sure did.
Yeah.
Yep. Patrick Queen is now a Steeler. He's now a Steeler.
Yeah, and he's a Steeler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sickening.
It's Super Bowl or bust for the Ravens. Sidell, are they even close to being on the same level of the Chiefs right now?
Oof.
I think the answer is yes, that they're close. But they have to stick to the game plan. Like last year when they played them in the AFC Championship game, they just got out of character. It was just dumb.
Pass happy. They got pass happy.
Yeah, and then
I didn't understand that.
And even with all the passing, it's just times where Lamar could have just took off and ran, but he really wanted to try to sit back and prove that he could throw the ball. And it's just like, no, take off and run when they give it to you, run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I watched that game and had flashbacks of what happened with the Eagles and Donovan McNabb. McNabb was so hell-bent on proving how much of a good passer he was that he stayed in the pocket, and the biggest strength that the Eagles had during that run was their run game.
yeah.
And it just became, let's throw the ball 30, 40 times, and games you should not be losing, you're losing. And for the life of me, I don't understand what happened to Baltimore in that conference championship game. Like somebody, whether it's Harbaugh, whether it's the offensive coordinator, somebody owes an explanation to why that happened. Because they had no business losing that game at all. At home.
No.
No. I think talent wise they match up enough to where they could win, but like I said, they gotta execute better, man. Better game plan, better execution.
Yep.
I mean, obviously you could say that in any football game, but it's like some teams where they ain't even at the level where I'm at right here. They ain't even at the level of even they got to play their A game and hope the other team play like a C game. No, I think the Ravens could play, a B plus, a game, and if the Chiefs play like a B plus game, they could beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's close enough where that's the reality.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I don't know, and we'll definitely get into it when we go to our predictions. I don't know what exactly to say about the Ravens right now. John, you said it when we were coming on. They're comparing them to the Philadelphia 76ers right now.
Yep.
Because they have the talent. The talent is not the problem. It's not that they don't have the talent. Just for whatever reason, they get in those moments and that's it. They just can't do it. They can't get over the hump. They're gonna have to though. They have to.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is going to be the year, but we'll see. The Cleveland Browns surprised everybody, made the playoffs last year, went 11-6. They lost to the Texans in the wild card game. Well, actually, let me say it the right way. They got their asses whooped by the Texans in the wild card game. Their biggest pickup, again, the Browns didn't really have too many pickups that stood out to me. They did pick up linebacker Devin Bush. They got Jordan Hicks too. They lost linebacker Sione Takitaki, and I just wanted to have an excuse to say Sione Takitaki on the show. Other than that, no major losses. Their toughest 3-game stretch comes 15, 16, 17. When they host the Chiefs, they go to the Bengals, and then they get the Dolphins at home on Sunday Night Football. John, how much of a threat to the Ravens can the Browns be?
It all depends on the availability of one Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
He's got to stay healthy. Chubb will do what he does, provided that he comes back 105% better.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good wide receiving core. They have a good tight end set.
I mean, they were 11-6, good record. Not enough to win that division though. I think the Browns are trying to get back to relevancy in the league because for so long they just were like an afterthought. I don't know if they're on that level of challenging the Ravens yet, but I think that they're in that second tier of teams. If they can put it all together, they could make a run. They could. But we'll see.
Their defense is tough. I called it last year when Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's what's going to keep them. That's what's going to keep them within that upper echelon. Their defense can travel.
Yeah. If you have a solid defense, that's especially in that division, it could take you a long way. The question is though, how are they going to match up with Baltimore? And if they can match up with Baltimore, they can steal that division. They could. I don't think they will, but they could. The Pittsburgh Steelers last season went 10-7, somehow made the playoffs, but lost to the Bills in the wild card. I'll say this. I don't know what it is about Mike Tomlin, but Mike Tomlin just wins. He just wins. And it can be ugly. It can be beautiful. It doesn't matter. He just wins. And that Steelers team had no business making the playoffs last year, but they did. We just talked about Patrick Queen heading to the Steelers. They also got quarterbacks Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. I'll talk about that when I pivot backwards. Biggest loss, they lost Deontay Johnson and offensive tackle Chukwuma Okorafor to the Patriots. Their toughest 3-game stretch, again, 15, 16, 17, at the Eagles, at the Ravens, at home against the Chiefs. I'm going to pose this to both of you guys. What was the point of bringing in both Justin Fields and Russell Wilson?
None.
No, it was. I think that's perfect.
No.
You think that's perfect? Why?
Wait. All right, go ahead.
I mean, go ahead first. You first, John.
My point of the whole thing is when you traded for Justin Fields, as soon as you traded for him, you're like, he's not competing for the number 1 spot. Why is he not competing for the number 1 spot? And
because you're paying. That's the thing. You're paying Russell Wilson all that money. I don't even know. Like at that point, I don't even know why. Why would you do that? I to the life of me, I don't understand that. I don't understand why you bring this guy in and Justin Fields.
Yeah.
No. I think Denver still got to pay Russell.
Yeah.
I think Denver's taking on the chunk of that money.
Yeah.
You getting Russ at the discount.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I will double check. But if I'm not mistaken,
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
I think the Broncos are paying that tab, or at least the bulk of it. But the reason I said it was perfect is you get a chance to groom Justin Fields to the offense you want to run for the future, and you bring in Russ, who's going to be the consummate professional. I mean, you only need Russ for this 1 year. Let him get beat up a little bit or whatever, or see how far he could take you, because they always plan on making the playoffs and see how far they can make a run. But that's just, it's almost like I said, it's perfect.
Oh, wait a minute.
Fields gets to learn. Right. You said what?
The Steelers are paying him basically 1.2 mil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a free agent at the end of the year.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I mean,
and that's
I get it.
They get to dump Russ at the end, no matter what.
Yeah.
And Fields gets to sit back and learn their system and the way they want things done.
All right, I can see that. I can see that.
I still believe in Justin Fields' talent. I think, I know that the Bears ain't do a damn thing to protect the man
at all.
and what's his name is going to feel the effects of that this year, even with all the weapons they got him.
Who, the Bears? Yeah.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Caleb. Yeah. I don't know why I got stuck on his first name. I was about to call him something like Chase, but Caleb.
Right.
Yeah, he's going to feel the effects of a weak offensive line. It's going to be like, hopefully it's not like this, but it's going to be like Burrow with the Bengals. That's my prediction for the Bears. As far as the way it plays out in the field. Very precarious. Hopefully Caleb is a little bit more mobile than Joe, and he could escape some of that rush. But they're gonna be on his ass.
He's gonna get beat up. No, he's gonna get beat up, and there's definitely a learning curve. I understand why teams are bringing in these younger quarterbacks, but I don't understand what the Bears did to Justin Fields. for the life of me, I don't get it. Like, you had this guy. You had him. This was your guy. I think he's going to be a damn good quarterback in the league, and you flipped him to bring in another kid. So you just hit the reset button on everything.
Right.
And I mean, I get it. You're already basically at the back of the pack in that division anyway. But you're going to be there for a while now.
Well,
I don't know about that. I do think Caleb has a higher ceiling than Justin. Yeah, I think he does. I think he has a higher ceiling. But by the offensive line, none of that matters.
Right, but with Fields last year, you saw a major progression on the upward side for Fields last season.
Yep. And that's why I didn't understand why they let him go. Like, he was showing that he was improving. He was getting better. And you're going to bring all these weapons in, and it's like, all right, thank you. Get out.
Yeah. You know what it is? This going to be my one last tidbit of what to try to get into their mindset. They already used 2 years of Fields' rookie contract trying to, feel them out, Now you get to hit the reset and you get to start all over on a rookie contract. That way you can pay money to all your other players and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just pushing the money down the road.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how that works out for the Bears when we talk about the NFC. Moving on to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals last year went 9-8, which means the entire AFC North finished with a winning record. Their biggest pickup was defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins. They also signed Mike Gesicki to a 1-year deal. I don't really know how much that's going to help those guys. They lost Joe Mixon. They did sign Zach Moss. I guess he's going to replace Joe Mixon.
That's a down.
They also lost Tyler Boyd and DJ Reader. So they lost a lot of guys. If you're Joe Burrow, you're looking at what you got right now. Is this going to be another year where he's going to catch a beat down?
Yep.
I believe so.
They upgrade the offensive line?
Trent Brown and Cody Ford.
It's going to be another rough year. It's going to be another rough year.
That pause y'all just had said everything, yo.
And at any given time, he might lose T. Higgins. So,
yeah. Also, the Bengals' toughest 3-game stretch. They were a last place team, so it was hard to find a really tough 3-game stretch that they have. They're at the Giants, at the Browns, and they're at home against the Eagles. That's it. They don't have anything where you have 3 straight games of tough games.
Their schedule might be the biggest addition to their team.
Lucky bastards.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the AFC South. The Houston Texans last year. Shocked everybody.
DJ.
10-7 record, won the division, but they lost to the Ravens in the divisional round. I'm looking. Their biggest pickup, besides Joe Mixon, I think they pretty much just re-signed a lot of their own guys.
Wait, didn't they pick up?
They got Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs.
Yeah, and they got Diggs. Yep, and they got Diggs in that trade with the Bills. Yep. I mean, Ben Skronik is Ben Skronik.
Whoever he is.
And I'm looking, like I said, they pretty much re-signed a lot of their own guys. They did that was a re-sign. Derek Barnett is a re-sign. Yeah,
that's
besides those two, it was mostly just re-signing guys that they already had on their roster, which is smart.
The key thing about those two things, though, is that you hurt the Bengals and the Bills.
Yeah,
true.
Those are major weapons on both of those teams, and those are playoff caliber teams.
Mm-hmm. And then because they signed so many of their guys, I mean, the guys that they lost don't seem to really like.
They was probably gonna try to cut them anyway.
I mean, yeah, they lost Sheldon Rankins to the Bengals. George Fant, offensive tackle, to the Seahawks. Other than that, like, They didn't really lose anybody of merit unless you want to count losing a punter to the Steelers. Looking at the Texans' schedule, their toughest 3-game stretch comes weeks. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I'm in the right thing. Here we go. Weeks 3 through 5 again. They're at the Vikings. They're home against the Jaguars, and then they are home against the Bills. Question for you, John. Do you see anybody in this division that can give the Texans a run right
No.
now? At all? Wow. All right.
Maybe the Jags. I'm saying maybe the Jags, but the Texans upgraded immensely on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no excuse for that. So
Tell you what,
they might
watch out for the Colts, man.
might make a Super Bowl run.
Oh, okay. You think they can make a Super Bowl run? All right.
FCJ, man.
All right. We'll see. We'll see.
Watch out for the
All
Colts,
right.
though, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm. We'll get to that because the Colts are coming up shortly. Moving on to the Jaguars. The Jaguars, another disappointing year. They finished 9-8. They did pick up Gabe Davis. Picked up Devin Duvernay too.
Yep.
Wow. So I think their receiving core just got better. They also signed Trey Flowers. For some odd reason, Mac Jones is now their backup quarterback, which is probably best for him.
Yeah.
They lost Calvin Ridley and Zay Jones. I don't know if that's going to really, I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make, but
I like
Calvin Ridley's okay if you could just keep him from doing something stupid.
Keep him off the sports betting,
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep him off the DraftKings and FanDuel.
The Jaguars' tough stretch, I'll say weeks 2, 3, and 4. They are at home against Cleveland. They're at Buffalo, and then they're at Houston. One of the rare teams that have a tough stretch to start the year. Sadell, Jaguars, back in the conversation of being at the top of this division, or are they solidly number 2 now because of the pickups that the Texans made?
I mean, I think they're shakily number 2. Yeah. When we talk about the Colts,
yeah.
I think.
See, and you know what?
I think the
I'm kind of leery. I'm kind of leery though. And we're gonna move on to those Colts right now because the Colts also went 9-8 last year.
Let's talk about them in kind of like a tandem because I think both of them are just.
Yeah, they're kind of like right there with each other. The Colts. I'm looking at their pickups. I mean, Michael Pittman, their biggest pickup, biggest loss. They didn't really lose. They lost Zach Moss. They didn't really lose anybody. So it's pretty much the same guys coming back with a couple of good additions to the team. Their toughest 3-game stretch, and let me pull that up right now because I know they have a doozy. Their toughest 3-game stretch early in the season. Matter of fact, first 3 games. They get Houston, they're at Green Bay, and then they get the Chicago Bears. Are we coin flipping these guys? Like, is this a coin flip?
As long as Anthony Richardson can stop getting these damn concussions.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
He can't be trying to run like he's running through a brick wall.
Yeah, he got to stay.
Oh, and you know what? And the Colts actually have a second tough 3-game stretch
What?
Week 10, 11, and 12, they get the Bills at home. They're at the Jets, and they get the Lions at home.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I changed my mind.
Yeah.
the Jaguars are second, and the Colts gonna be third with that. Ooh. Oh no.
Yo, that's rough.
That's
That is
crazy. Yeah,
rough.
that happened quick. That escalated
Mm-hmm.
real quick.
Yeah.
Nah, I changed my mind. But the talent to do it is there. The schedule is
Yeah, the schedule is
that's
rough.
crazy. Already to jump out the gate like that, I was like, all right, they might mess around and be 1 and 2 out the gate. But that was 11, 12, 13?
Mm-hmm. And
Nah.
that's the middle of the season with that stretch.
Nah.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me see. There's that. Oh, there's is right here. Okay. The Titans last year went 6 and 11. Got Tony Pollard from Dallas and Chidobe Awuzie, so two former Cowboys in the room with them. Their biggest loss clearly is going to be Derrick Henry. I don't listen. I don't really have much to say about the Titans. I don't think that this is going to be a good year for them at all. So my question is, top 10 or top 5 pick in the draft this year?
Five.
Yeah, they're gonna be battling with the Patriots for that number 1 pick then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Their toughest stretch comes in week 6, 7, and 8. They get the Colts at home. They're at the Bills, and then they're at the Lions.
Oof.
They also have another tough stretch as well. They get week 2, 3, 4. They're home against the Jets, home against the Packers, and at the Dolphins. This is going to be a rough year for any Titans fans out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a rough.
All right. Well, you knew it was coming. You knew we had to talk about them because they were the champions. So we're on to the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs went 11 and 6 last year. I think we all at some point wrote them off. I think we wrote them off at some point because the receivers couldn't hold on to the ball. Mahomes didn't look like his regular self.
Yep.
Yet, if you crack that door open for them, they kick it down and walk through it, beat the 49ers in overtime in the Super Bowl. I'm looking at their biggest pickups. I mean, Hollywood Brown.
I guess.
I mean, unless you want to throw, Carson Wentz going over there to be the backup quarterback. I can't believe this dude. I can't believe this dude is still in the league, man.
I can't believe he gets a chance to. I can't believe he gets the chance to be under Andy Reid.
I know. That's crazy.
Yo, and he'll mess around and get a second damn Super Bowl ring for doing nothing.
I mean,
I give him credit for the run that he started that Super Bowl year, but he didn't play in the playoffs and he got a ring. He's going to end up getting a second ring. It's possible.
Oh, I was going to say, don't crown them boys yet.
Yeah,
that's possible. I'm not crowning them yet. The Chiefs lost Willie Gay Jr., L'Jarius Sneed, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I don't know how big of a loss that is, though. Their toughest 3-game stretch. Hold on a second. No, that's not a nope.
It's gonna be tough with that division.
Yeah.
Their toughest 3-game stretch, I guess you'll say their toughest 3-game stretch is at Cleveland, at home against Houston, and then at Pittsburgh, just having to travel back and forth like that. I mean, maybe you say weeks 1, 2, and 3 when they play the Ravens and the Bengals, but both of those games are at home, and then they're at the Falcons. And why are the Falcons on Sunday Night Football?
Who knows? Kirk Cousins?
No. Come on, man.
No.
Come on, man. Why?
I guess
Why are the
I guess
Falcons those
you
things?
gotta get. I guess you gotta get one in every 10 years.
Yeah, something like that.
So naturally, my question about the Chiefs, when does this ride end? When does it end? When does it end? Like they're just it's almost as if you get to every season, you look at where every team is, and you almost write their name instinctively down as being in the AFC championship game. When does it end?
It might be this
Well,
year.
well, that part ain't ending no time soon. They're gonna be in the championship game. It's just who can keep them out of the Super Bowl, or if they do make the Super Bowl again, who could beat them in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
But
Listen, I'm about done. I'm about done with this run that they're on right now, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. But it's starting to get
you
to
know
a
what's
point where it's like it's getting a little annoying now.
it's not annoying for me yet because I like Patrick Mahomes, and if they do pull it off, I get to talk shit and say he the GOAT to Tom Brady fans.
Oh my goodness.
Even though he'll still have work to do to get there, but I'll be like, well, that's something Tom ain't never do, win 3 in a row.
Yeah.
But
And well, here's the thing. I don't think there's any doubt about it. They're the best team in this division. They're going to be the best team in the division. They're going to win the
division,
division because the other
listen,
three teams in the division stink.
I was gonna say, listen. I mean, we're gonna do our due diligence and talk about the rest of it, but it ain't no division. It's just them.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
That's 6 wins right off bat.
Pretty much. So they start the season 6-0 before we even play a game. The Raiders last year went 8-9. So what that means is every other team in the division had a losing record. The Raiders' big pickup, sheesh. Michael Gallup, Christian Wilkins. That's it. Other than that, no real. Alexander Madison, maybe if Madison can stay healthy. They lost Josh Jacobs, Austin Hooper, Hunter Renfro, Jimmy G is gone, Jerry Tillery's gone. Listen, their toughest 3-game stretch.
If I'm Devontae Adams, I'm like begging somebody to trade me, man. I don't know who I got
today.
Yeah,
today.
Irv,
what's up?
To backtrack on Sadell saying Brady didn't win 3 in a row, I could have sworn he did.
No, he did not.
No quarterback has won. No team has won 3 Super Bowls in a row.
I thought the Patriots did.
No, they went 3 straight years.
They won 3 and 4 years.
And then they went 3 years in a row. He won 2 and lost. Come on, John. How do you forget that? The one that he lost was to us.
No. I'm talking about like 2001, 2002.
No, they won 2 in a row. They won.
The Bucks won in 2002.
They beat the Rams. Don't remind me of that. They beat the Rams.
Won in 2002.
And you're going to say it again, right? You're going to say it twice like I heard you the first time, dog.
No, John needs to hear you, man.
No, now who taking shots? Now who up here taking shots? See, I left you alone.
Don't do that, because what happened around that time? Don't do that.
You're going to remind me twice? You're going to keep reminding me, right? Okay. All right. This ain't 20 years ago, though. You know, your team handing out first-round picks like it's Halloween candy and it's trick-or-treat season. You should have left me alone, Sadell. You should have left me alone. I told you I wasn't taking shots.
I didn't even say that. I didn't even say that for you. I didn't even say that for you.
It don't matter, man. I'm an Eagles fan. Like, that's dirty. You go just stick the knife in a couple of times and mention the Bucks winning 2 times. You only had to say it once. We got that. You ain't have to remind us. We know what happened.
Yeah.
On to the Raiders, 8-9 last year. We talked about their pickups and who they lost. Their toughest 3-game stretch. weeks 13, 14, 15, and pretty much the entire season is going to be tough for them. But they get the Chiefs week 13 on the Black Friday game. They're at the Buccaneers, and then they get the Falcons at home on Monday Night Football. How many more years of irrelevance are the Raiders going to live through?
Keep going. Let's keep going.
I mean, this is one of the premier franchises.
Real, then they're gonna turn that around swiftly. But the script apparently ain't as real as everybody made it out to be. Because I know they want Vegas to be winning.
Of course.
But it ain't happening. It just ain't happening.
Of course, like you, and not even just because they're in Vegas. Like the Raiders are, like I said, they're one of those marquee franchises.
Yeah,
it just don't feel right that the Raiders are trash. Like they are nowhere near relevant in this league at all. Not right now.
And they've been trash for a long time. It's not like they've only had like a couple years. They've been trash for what? 5, 6.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
What was they
Listen. They had I think they had like a couple of playoff years in there, but not because they were really good. They just lucked up and ended up in the playoffs. So I mean,
wait. Didn't they blow that year of getting in the playoffs too? When they could have just took the tie?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It's been all downhill since you brought it up. I mean, it's been all downhill since they lost that Super Bowl to the Buccaneers. They just have not been relevant for 20 years. They've either been bad, terrible, or mediocre. They have not been good for 20 years.
No, they had one good year. They had one good year with Derek Carr early on.
Yeah.
Like his second year, I think.
They were mediocre that year.
That was the last time they was good. That was probably what?
I'm telling you, they were mediocre that year. What year are we talking about?
No, they were good that year. He got hurt, remember?
All right, hold on. What year are we okay, so he got hurt. So how they good? Like, you got to be good the whole season. You can't just have I mean, what year are we talking? Because hold on, because now I got to go to it because I'm going to look at it now. Here we go. Hold on. Before we pivot to the Broncos, let me look at it. Okay. You're right. They had one anomaly year where they went 12-4 in 2016.
That's the year.
They didn't win the division that year, even though they went 12-4, and they lost in the wild card.
The Chiefs still won that division, right? That was Alex Smith.
And they lost in the wild card.
Yeah.
They lost in the wild card. So here it is. I'm gonna run it down. Since the year they went to the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. That's on them. You can't control that. Like, somebody got to step up. But in the years since they lost the Super Bowl, this is how bad the Raiders have been.
No, man, we don't got to do all that, man.
No, listen. No. I'm gonna rattle it off for y'all. 4-12, 5-11, 4-12, 2-14, 4-12, 5-11, 5-11, 8-8, 8-8, 4-12, 4-12, 3-13, 7-9, 12-4, that anomaly year. 6-10, 4-12, 7-9, 8-8, 10-7, 6-11, 8-9.
Trash.
They're irrelevant. They are an irrelevant franchise in the league right now. Speaking of irrelevant franchises, let's talk about this dumpster fire, the Denver Broncos. The Broncos went 8-9 last year, and I had people telling me that Russell Wilson was going to be the game changer for them, and it was an absolute disaster. Pickups, Josh Reynolds from he was with the Lions last year. That's about the only quality pickup I'm looking at. Zach Wilson, for what? We already talked about it. They lost Russell Wilson and Jerry Jeudy. They also lost Lloyd Cushenberry, and Justin Simmons. So here we go again. Their toughest 3-game stretch. Again, we could say the entire season for them. but they're going to start off with a doozy. They're at Seattle, at home against Pittsburgh, then at Tampa Bay. And you can stretch this out to a fourth week because after they're at Tampa Bay, they're at the Jets. They won 8 games last year.
Not this year.
Less than 6?
4 maybe.
Well, they starting off 0-4, so
yeah.
Those are the first 4 weeks, right?
First 4 weeks, yep.
Yeah, they starting off 0-4. I don't know. It depends on who else they play, man. Do they get to play the Patriots?
They might get.
Nope. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Let me go back. Nope. No Patriots. No Patriots. Remember, they got 2 games against the Chargers.
Do they get to play the Titans?
No Titans.
Ooh.
No Titans. Matter of fact, just reeling off. They play the NFC South.
Oh,
they're gonna beat somebody like the Falcons.
They'll beat the Panthers.
They ain't beating the Panthers. No.
I'm not touching that one. I'm not touching that one. Not touch. My hands is off for this one. I'm not saying nothing.
Where do we play them at?
There.
Oh no, you ain't winning in Denver.
Nah, they'll probably beat us out there.
All right, and then finally in the AFC West, we have the LA Chargers, who went 5-12 last year. First of all,
you know what? They might tank that. I changed my mind. They might tank that game. They are going to be the team with the number 1 pick. Yeah, they got to get the Raiders back on the map. They got to get them back on the map. They need the number 1 pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll take that. The Chargers, I don't know what the Chargers are doing. I will say they picked up both Ravens running backs. They picked up J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. They also signed DJ Chark as well. I don't know how much that's going to help. Could help, should help, maybe. They shouldn't finish in last place this year. They lost Austin Eckler. They lost Keenan Allen, who got traded. Mike Williams is gone. You know what? I'm changing my mind. They might just finish in the back half of that division. Again, their toughest 3-game stretch comes in week 12, 13, and 14. They get the Ravens at home, Monday Night Football, at the Falcons, then at the Chiefs. That Chiefs game in week 14 is going to be Sunday Night Football. How much longer are we going to wait for Justin Herbert to grow his game?
Well, he got hurt, didn't he? So
I mean, but he's still just
I don't care about that. No.
The way they talk about Herbert. Go ahead.
He getting too much of a pass.
Thank you. That's what I was getting ready to say. The way that Justin Herbert gets talked about, you would think he's in the top half of quarterbacks in the league. He's really in the middle of the pack.
Well, in his defense,
you would think he was top 5 the way he gets talked about.
Right, but defense, his wide receiving core has been not on the field as much as normal cores are. So I can't get a pass.
Man. No.
I can't give him a pass. No, he's not getting a pass. Nah, no way. No way.
Was he 5 years in now? 6?
Yeah. Nah, you can't get you can't give Herbert a free pass. Now here's my thing. Injuries. Okay, we'll take that and put that over here for a second. He's had the weapons.
No.
He's had the weapons.
No. I'm saying his weapons have not been field.
Even when they were on the field, he wasn't producing. He is. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just that it's not the fact of the weapons are in and out of lineup. He's never been without at least 2 out of his weapons. You get what I'm saying? Austin Eckler don't get. He almost never gets hurt. He's played the whole time. And then you know, between Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, yeah, they off and on the field, but they even got like third and fourth receivers that's pretty good. So
now I'm not gonna blame Herbert for last season because they had a start last year where the offense was putting up points. The offense didn't have any turnovers, and they still wasn't winning those games.
Yeah, well, that you know, part of it is the defense fault because I don't know how with Khalil Mack and what's the other one? It's not Bosa.
It is Bosa.
It is Bosa. Dang, it is Bosa. Yeah. So how are they not getting enough pressure on the other team's quarterbacks? I don't know. Bad defensive scheme. But even with that said, you know what the Chargers remind me of? They're like the Dolphins of the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, they lost Herbert last year. But here's the thing. He was 5-8. And I get it that some of that goes to the defense, but he gets way too much credit. Way too much credit. And it's almost like every loss is not his fault. I don't agree with that.
Nah. You're the quarterback, so you gotta take blame.
Let me see. And and they lost their offensive coordinator.
I mean, he wasn't producing points anyway, so it might be an upgrade.
But now Jim Harbaugh is the head coach this year. I think that's going to make somewhat of a difference.
No, wait,
I don't know.
Coordinator was whatchamacallit, wasn't it?
Kellen Moore,
right? Yeah.
Oh, listen. And we're going to talk about the NFC next week. Obviously, going to have to peel back some scab wounds because the terrible collapse the Eagles had last year. We're going to talk about that. I don't know what to make of the NFC right now. I think even before we get into that conversation, I think we have 3, maybe 4 teams that have a legitimate shot to say that they could be in the Super Bowl. I don't know what's going on with the 49ers and this Ayuk situation. The Lions are the Lions. We talked about Jerry Jones and the situation with playing with CeeDee Lamb's money and, basically saying, we don't need him. And then now saying we miss him. Like, dude, make up your mind. But let's close this show out and let's start giving out our awards. Start with you, Sadell, person of the week.
Steph Curry.
I think that's an obvious answer. I think that's the obvious answer.
In fact, let me get 2 in there. I'm gonna get Simone Biles, my other person of the week. But Steph Curry, man, coming through for Team USA, man. 9 of 14 3-pointers in that game against Serbia, which was a close, hard-fought game. And then again in the gold medal game against France, 8 out of 13, leading Team USA by far in scoring in both those games.
And it was those 4 in the fourth quarter that put the game away. It was tight. France could have made a run, and Steph, did the thing. He put him to sleep. I love that. I absolutely love that. Listen, whenever we talk about the Olympics coming around, we root for Team USA, and we got to put a lot of those like rivalries to the side. We got to put a lot of those, we don't like this guy over here conversations. That has to get put to the side. I'm going to give it to the entire Team USA men's basketball team because of the significance of that date. And I put that in the group chat. Winning that game on 8-10-24, the 3 jerseys that Kobe Bryant wore, the 8 and 24 for the Lakers and 10 for Team USA. You got to win that one. You got to win that one, and I'm glad they did. I'm happy that Team USA showed that they are still the best team in the world. John, I'm going to give it to you, buddy. Dumbass of the week.
I would like to give it to Noah Lyles talking trash about the NBA because guess who's the world champ now, Noah?
Yeah.
Let's say the world champs. I guess they are.
And then let's be real. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody playing professionally anywhere in the world. The best basketball players play here.
Yeah.
If you watch those tournaments, the best basketball players in the world play in the NBA.
Yep.
I'm not knocking none of those guys. They're good, they're talented, but they're not here. They're over there. If they were good enough to be here, they would be here. My what to watch this week. If you haven't seen Receiver yet on Netflix, check it out. I'm gonna say this: Devontae Adams, blink if you in danger, buddy. Just let us know if you need, the president to send SEAL Team 6 to rescue you, because it's a bad situation in Las Vegas. I know he went there thinking it was going to be one thing. It's something completely different. It's bad. It's bad seeing a guy that good on a team that bad. And it's going to be another bad year for the Raiders again.
It's almost like Randy Moss.
Yep.
Hostage situation, man. Somebody got rescued.
What's up?
I could have sworn you were supposed to give Dumbass of the Week to somebody else.
Ooh.
Thought it was the Ravens.
Oh, listen. I stalled them out in this conversation, but yeah, the Ravens definitely should have got Dumbass of the Week too. It's a preseason game, okay? I get it. I get it. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. But at the same time, you got 16 seconds left in the game. Take a knee. Let's go home.
Yep.
Jake Elliott missed the field goal that would have gave the Eagles the lead. Okay, you put a quarterback in the game who hadn't played a single snap, and he gets strip sacked, and you give Jake Elliott a second chance to win. I don't understand it. I don't. I mean, a part of me, it's like, all right, yeah, it's preseason. You want to get this kid, a chance to do something. I'm surprised somebody ain't get cut yet. You know what's coming. Somebody's getting cut. Somebody even lost their job behind that. It was just stupid. It was just stupid. I wouldn't even run the risk of getting a guy hurt in that situation.
Yeah.
Take a knee. Let's go home. Before we get out of here though, John, real quick. I thought the problem in AEW was CM Punk. I thought he was the problem. I thought he was gone, and we weren't going to hear any more issues with that locker room. And then you got your boy MJF busting in the damn women's locker room, punching walls.
Whoa.
And Britt Baker got suspended.
Well, Britt Baker got suspended for saying something slick to MJF's, I guess, check or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just focus on the positives from last weekend and just go like this.
Let me explain something. That like,
God bless you
for a guy
back and saving
for a guy to go from being the most hated guy in the company to being like on the list of getting a hero's welcome when he came back. That reaction from Roman Reigns was great. But John, we haven't had a chance to talk about it, and I'll just say this: AEW better get it together. They better get it together. They better get it together, and they better get it together quick. It's don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything negative about the product itself. The product itself has still been the same. But now the tide is starting to turn where guys who, were there, they're leaving and they're going to the other company now.
Well, the reason why a couple of them are going to the other company is because their wives or girlfriends are working for the company.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
So whoever's booking this, the problem is nice to whoever's booking this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They're hit or miss. Like Tony Storm and Mariah May is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Daniels and Swerve is going to be a hit. Like most of the stuff's going to hit. Osprey, MJF, that's going to hit. It's other stuff. I don't.
Yeah, it's the stuff that's going on at the top of the card is really good. The stuff that's going on underneath that, like, what are we doing here?
So the
and can somebody send Chris Jericho home?
Huh?
Send Chris Jericho home.
Hey, look, I hate the man as much as you do, but as much as an annoying character as he's portraying now, it's kind of funny. Because no matter what,
but he's done.
No matter what, like, hi guys. No, shut up. Get off my screen, man. All right, never mind. TK needs to stop being a nice guy with the booking part of it. He has hit it, but the tag division needs help. The only rumor I've heard is the Lucha Brothers are out of there. But in their defense, you can't go any higher. You won the tag title twice.
Yeah, and they're not doing anything with him. And I think for me, like the big thing for me is I think we're seeing a little bit of the situation in the 90s with WCW and WWF.
Right.
I think what's happening is where AEW has gotten it right is signing a lot of those younger guys and locking them in, because you can't lose certain guys.
Yeah,
you can't lose certain guys. And I think WWE is doing the same thing on their end, locking up their younger guys to keep them from leaving.
Right. So Chad Gable staying is good for WWE.
Absolutely.
Great for WWE. MJF staying in AEW is great for
AEW.
Great for AEW.
Yeah.
Also, the Wyatt Six, you could not have written better.
No.
Going perfect. Screw this up.
They as long as they don't screw this up, this is going to be great. I think we're about to hit that period in time where football is coming back, so they're going to have to do a lot to keep everybody's attention.
Right, and how they have done it. So they've reintroduced the former, so Nikki Cross, Loomis, all of them. They're reintroducing them, but as a part of the Wyatt. Yeah, and
which is great.
Right. And
and hold on, one other thing I do want to mention before we get out of here. The NBA on TNT is done.
Except for I
don't know what they're gonna do with Inside the NBA. And I gotta admit, like, that's a bad look for the NBA, because this is easily the most popular NBA show
that they have
in the world. In the world.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the documentary on Max, the Inside Story, where they talk about all four of those guys and what they mean to the show, this is like, why else? What reason do I have to stay up, until 1 a.m. on a Thursday night? You understand what I'm saying? During the basketball season, because Chuck is going to say something funny.
Yeah,
Shaq's going to mess with him, and Kenny Smith is going to instigate.
Yeah,
sure is.
I hope that the NBA is smart enough to keep those guys together. Yep. Ernie's the traffic cop.
Yeah, just keep them all four together.
I hope Inside the NBA doesn't go away. I really hope that doesn't happen. If you guys haven't seen it, go on YouTube and watch some of their funniest moments. To me, the best ones are where you can hear the crew in the background cracking up laughing. Yeah. So Charles Barkley's bracelet story, and when Chuck called when he said that Shaq gets called Shrek. Those are two of the most hilarious moments. It's some other ones, but if this is going to be the last year inside the NBA, I hope they go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, anything y'all want to add before we get out of here?
Boxing. Terrence Crawford had a fight about 2 weeks ago now.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Israel Madrimov. He basically moved up to the middleweight class to fight, in that weight class. I watched that fight. I don't know if y'all saw that fight or not, but
saw clips.
Yeah.
I watched that fight from beginning to the end, and I thought it was a draw. The judges gave Crawford a unanimous decision, but he was losing most of that fight early on. He ain't really pick it up until the last 4 rounds, where he won 3 of the last 4 rounds, and even then, I thought it was a draw because Buddy had Terrence like he couldn't string nothing together, and Terrence is usually a sharpshooter with his counter punching. That really didn't kick in to the end of the fight. Like Bull had him even back it up a little bit sometimes. So,
well, like we were talking about, sometimes you get the reputation decision. Sometimes it's because of who you are. You'll get the benefit of the doubt in rounds that you absolutely did not win, but you seemed a little bit busy. So judges will give you that round because you're the bigger name fighter. It doesn't happen. It happens a lot, but it doesn't happen to the extent where it's a big time problem.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a situation though, you'll get guys that get hometown decisions too.
Oh no, they was out somewhere like in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they fought in like Saudi Arabia or something.
Right.
Yeah, some chic dude out there was he put the whole thing together. He paid for everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I wish Philly would get some big fights again. Like, geez, man, how long has it been since we had a big fight in this city? This is a boxing city.
But we can't get Terrence Crawford. We can't get Terrence Crawford to fight the boy Boots.
Yeah.
I know somebody was talking about that fight being here in Philly. I would love it if they brought that to Philly.
That would be the one. I think Crawford has his eyes on Canelo because that's the biggest payday you can get.
Yeah.
And that's why he moved up to the.
That would be a mistake. That would be a mistake.
But that's why he moved up to the middleweight. And
I know, and he'll get that. He'll get that money, and Canelo will beat his ass. I'm sorry, Canelo will beat his ass. Like right now, he needs another fight. He needs another fight at that division. If he tries to jump right into fighting Canelo will tee off on him.
Yeah. Like I said, I guess this was supposed to be his introduction to that weight division in the warm-up. But like I said, that was a close fight. That was a struggle.
Yeah, and if he struggled against that guy, I can't imagine what Canelo would do to him.
Yeah.
One thing. Go ahead, John.
If you guys have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine movie, go see it, please.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta go check that out.
That put, because if you couldn't tell, Marvel was struggling.
Oh, we could tell.
Oh no, we can definitely tell. They put out some stinkers the last
trash.
Whatever's, man. Madam Web was trash. The Marvels was just
That put them back on the map though. It's a good.
Yeah, I heard there were some cameos in there, and I'm not gonna spoil them while we here right now. I heard there were some out there cameos in there that just was like, whoa.
You're gonna love the one cameo. You're gonna. I'm telling you, you're gonna love the one because as soon as you message me about it, I'm like, "Yep, that's the one." I got up out of my chair.
All right.
I was like,
one last thing to end it off. You did say things to watch. You got Netflix, and speaking of superheroes, they got this superhero series that's based over in London. It's called Super Cell, and it's on Netflix. Check that out. Now you might need to have some subtitles on because they English accents is super thick, but
right.
But
and listen, in December, I will be hosting a trip from here to Baltimore for the Eagles-Ravens game. If you guys haven't done a road trip with the Eagles, this would be a great time. It's a bus trip. We'll be leaving from 30th Street Station. Bus will stop off at a mall/casino. You can lose your money if you want to. I don't. I'm not gambling at no damn casino while I'm going on some trip. The Saturday night we'll have a dinner. There's like a comedy show, open bar from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Sunday breakfast, tickets to the game, all included. So you guys, if you're interested, just reach out to our Threes on Fire Facebook page. And when we put this up, I'll post a link to everything so you guys can see it. It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be a good time. Sadell, if you can make it, beloved John, if you can make it, man. Listen, I might put something in the tuck. I might put something in the tuck for that bus ride. But listen, this was great, fellas. Next week we'll talk about the NFC, and then the following week we'll have our predictions. That's it. I don't really have nothing else to say. I gotta feed these kids, man.
Yeah,
man.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.